welcome back. This week on episode 137, I'm Mike Hogan.
I'm Justin Carter.
Let's get started with some ringside news.
Got a lot.
Breaking news. Breaking room. I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
That was whatever the breaking news is supposed to be.
Oh,
typewriter noise.
Typewriter noise, alright.
Yes.
But we don't keep old technology.
No, we do not.
We do not.
We don't keep new technology.
We don't keep new technology either.
What's going on with
big one here?
If it's true.
If it's true.
I mean, reading around the edges as people have been. I mean, it hasn't officially been said by the man, but he does seem to be hinting that way. But you know, he could still be. It could be a gimmick for him to have one more match.
Well, that's what he did with Will Sproul, whatever his name is.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I know.
That was all one big gimmick.
Yeah.
He was just playing the crowd. But yes, they're saying that Vader has officially retired from wrestling because of his Twitter. His Twitter said that he had to give up his first love. His first love, so he can go have a plain existence with his firstborn grandchild or something like that. It's like
not born yet.
Not yet born grandchild. It's like, you're old, so you can go ahead and retire. You don't blame a grandbaby.
No.
Why are you going to blame a grandbaby? I'm old, I'm just going to be done now.
So hopefully that his daughter-in-law is pregnant because well, his time is ticking away. He may not make it anyway, so.
Yeah, what, less than a year now? I don't know.
I hadn't heard much about that anymore.
It was 2 years, and then all of a sudden it went away, and they tried to get him in the Hall of Fame because he's dying, and that certainly didn't work, did it?
Next year. Probably next year. It'd be one like it. It'd be one of the ones like the
Godfather. I don't know if they're going to... But that's the thing, though. Are they willing to do that if he's trying to act like he's about to die? Because it may be an Ultimate Warrior situation. He goes in, the next day he's dead.
Yeah.
They may not want that publicity again.
They may not want. You're right. They may not.
Well, just wait till he dies.
But speaking of another Hall of Famer.
This is sad.
Yes, it is. Harley Race. Handsome Harley Race, the king. Harley Race.
Yes.
Had a very bad fall at his home this past Tuesday where he broke both his legs.
Fragile bones.
Yes. Femur breaks, left fibula, tibia, as well as a spiral break on his left ankle. I mean, they just shattered his legs. And they had to perform
emergency surgery. Wow.
To relieve the swelling in both legs. So his legs are probably just, whew.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, usually when, a person with up in age has a broke hip, it's kind of iffy, sometimes they don't survive, sometimes they do. So
but if you got two broke legs, he's going to have to basically relearn how to walk at this age because they got to do rehab on those legs. And he's already, every time we see him in a picture, he's in wheelchairs now.
Yeah. So,
is he going to be even able to rehab those legs?
And if he gets down, I mean, this could be very sad for Harley Race. I mean, it could be.
He's already was in a nursing home for a little while.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Somebody up in age, you don't hear them breaking hips and stuff like that, but breaking both his legs. I mean, I hope he has a full recovery. But like you said, he's already in a wheelchair sometimes. So.
Like every time he's out and about, obviously, I mean, for his safety, they put him in a wheelchair so he doesn't have to walk as much. I mean, that makes sense. But, I mean, it just shows how feeble his legs are, But
now you go to cast or whatever, and you got to worry about sitting up having bed sores and have blood clots. I mean, he's going to be, for the next few months, it's going to be, could be touch and go for Harley Race.
Absolutely. But in actually better news and in more exciting news.
Hopefully it is
because those first two things are sad.
Yeah, there's little downers, heavy downers. Yes,
nobody's passed away, thank goodness.
Thank goodness, but Harley Race. I mean, that was like I said.
But in good news though, Ring of Honor star possibly signing with the WWE this summer. If they let him keep the gimmick, if they let him keep who he is, and if they bring the boys, then I'd love to see this as Dalton Castle is possibly coming to the WWE, and he would be a perfect fit for NXT.
Hang out with the Velveteen Dream.
Oh, I'm telling you, I really hope that gets over. I'm not really...
I think it is.
I mean, everybody was sleeping during the match, But of course they filmed it before the big event, the big takeover. But the elbow drop, he got high up in there. But here's the thing.
Okay, go ahead, then I'll give you my little thing here.
Little side note, little Carter's Corner, because I'm a little irritated, real fast.
Fast corner.
Why does the Velveteen Dream get an elbow drop, but the Japanese wrestling woman has to change hers because of Bailey?
We don't know that yet. Wait till we see her and see what happens.
But come on now, even speculation though.
But yeah, it is stupid.
It's dumb.
It's stupid because hello.
So one guy can have an elbow drop, one girl can have an elbow drop. Is that what you're trying to say now?
And one guy can have KO, and one guy can have KO.
Right, there's 2 KOs.
There's 2 KOs.
I mean, and then you have the KO punch from Big Show, and then how many people have done choke slams at the same time? You got daggum Big Show that does a spear. Roman Reigns does a spear. Goldberg was back. He was doing the spear. Caitlyn used to do a spear. Edge used to, all at the same freaking time.
Yeah.
But yet, Bailey's got the elbow drop.
I
really hope that's fake.
I hope it's fake news. Yeah, I hope it's.
But you knew where I was going right when we said something about the Velveteen Dream, didn't you? Because I mean, it just don't make no sense.
It doesn't make, and it's true. I mean, it is stupid.
But that elbow drop was pretty though.
It was. But what I was talking about is, for the guy not to win Tough Enough is already on TV. What does that say for the guy who won?
Well, and not just the one guy who didn't win Tough Enough. Mandy Rose. The girl that didn't win Tough Enough, she got on TV, and they changed her name now, Sonya Deville, or whatever her name is now, the one that has like the dreads in her hair, and she's got like the boxing gimmick.
Yes,
She was also on Tough Enough. Sarah Lee, who won, she's gone because she got pregnant. She asked for her release, which makes sense, because she's with one of the Blake and Murphy guys, the one that's not with Alexa Bliss. Because neither one of them are doing jack crap.
No, Blake's getting his...
Alexa Bliss is paying the bills. Okay.
Yes, she is.
But yeah, and then because I know one of the Blake and Murphy guys on some of the live events was managing somebody. I'm like, come on, just put them back together as a tag team. We have none. We have no tag teams. Put them back together.
You know, when he took on Drew also at Chicago before the main
which was event. A decent match. They let him do some stuff though, but he's a cowboy.
He's a cowboy, yeah. He's a cowboy, for God's sake.
He's a cowboy now. But at least...
You're right.
At least they let him do something in there.
They have nothing. This is not new. This is not new, folks. This is time again. You think, let's break up a team. They'll make great 2 stars. Hardly do they make 2 great stars.
Ever.
No, you may have one take off and one goes the other way, or both of them go down the tubes. And Blake and Murphy have gone down the tubes. They need to come back together because NXT needs tag teams.
They only have 2.
Yeah. And a heavy machinery does not need to knock off AOP.
No, they're not. They're not good enough to do that right now. But anyway,
that was sidebar.
But we are hoping. We are hoping though that Dalton Castle does sign as long as he keeps the gimmick and he keeps the boys. I mean, even if those 2 same boys don't.
Yeah, they can find 2 boys.
If I had 2 boys, put masks on them and do the same gimmick and all that kind of stuff. But, but the Dalton Castle gimmick would work great if they let him run with it and do his thing.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I hope it is true. I would love to see Dalton Castle come to the WWE.
Absolutely. WWE officially announces the Mae Young Classic. I mean, it really shows how much they really love Fabulous Moolah. Fabulous Moolah was the daggum champion for like 80-something years. And they don't name a tournament after her, do they?
No, they don't.
No, the Mae Young Classic. 32 women in this tournament. They will have women backstage interviewers, which is nothing new. Nothing new. Backstage interviewers, women are back there. But they are having women on the broadcast team that are going to be, of course, you got to have someone that knows what they're doing. So there's not going to be all women. They are going to have JR.
They were talking. Renee has come up.
She needs to.
And Lita's name has come up.
Right, and that's fine.
But I think JR and Renee would be better.
Just JR and Renee?
Yeah, I think it just needs to be 2-person broadcast team.
I mean, the tournament, the UK tournament was only 2 people.
Yes.
And the Cruiserweight tournament was only 2 people.
You don't need, I mean, having 3 people that kind of throws it, and if you have Lita there that's not her main job to be on the announce table.
You're not going to hear her a lot.
No, I'd rather have JR and Renee work off each other.
And we already know there's going to be women refs because they've already...
it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah. Kennedy Brink, she's been hired as a female referee, and they said that she's already made her debut at one of the NXT live events. She's refereeing guys' matches, which would be different.
Well,
I thought it was just going to be she would only referee women's matches, but
ladies and gentlemen, this is not a first. If if you go back to watch some old stuff on the network, only
$9.99.
there is a woman referee back then in the olden days.
Oh, of what company?
WWE.
Really?
Yes.
Did not know this.
Yes, it's on one of the prime times I watched. So it's in the 80s.
Really? I did not know that.
Yes.
So it's nothing new, but it's something that they've gone away from,
right?
Of course. But that is interesting.
I do like it. I mean, JR will be the only male there, pretty much. So, but hey, what a male to have there.
But
so.
what I would like to have,
really, you really like them, huh?
Absolutely. Yes, you had the backstage interviewers, but what would be cool is if they did a almost like they do a pre-show for like takeover stuff like that. If they had like a panel like that for the tournament, and it included some women like Alundra Blaze, because I know they've interviewed her about this tournament, and kind of get their insight and opinions and stuff like that throughout the tournament of who they like, of who they see going through and stuff like that. I think not having them on the broadcast team is totally fine, but you know, having their insight throughout the tournament would be neat to have.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You know, to include legendary women throughout the tournament.
You know, you fly in for a couple of days, and you just give your opinion on what you think and who could advance, and then you throw it over to. So yeah, it would work.
I mean, because they're only going to be filming a little bit at a time, right? Are they going to film it all and then just break it down?
They're only there for 2 days right now.
They're only going to do 2 days.
July 13th and 14th, so they're doing everything except for the finals.
But remember, they're only going to post it a little at a time, right?
Yeah, what they're posting. I mean,
one round at a time. Is that what it is?
That's what I've heard so far.
Which I'm okay with that.
Or 3 or 4 episodes at a time. I don't know if one person said 3 or 4 episodes. One person said different rounds. You don't know yet. There's still that is still out in the open.
Right.
Which, I mean,
well, they better hurry.
I would like to say, okay, well, there's the first round. You go watch it. In a couple of weeks, we'll throw the second round out there, or the next week. You know, you got a week to watch it. Then the second, well, you know, they're gonna take it away, but it gives you a week to watch the whole first round.
Right. But going away from WWE news, we have Billy Corgan's deal to purchase the NWA is 97% done. He's partnering with former WWE and TNA writer Dave. I don't know how to say that word. Lagana, maybe so. I guess.
But hey, no, that's another guy who was hanging around with him who liked him, and
also very odd. Another person teaming with him, which is weird because he's a talent, is Jay Bradley, who in his last stint with Impact Wrestling was Aiden O'Shea. He was also in I think it was Ryan Braddock's or something like that in WWE. He was in WWE for a while. That may not have been his name, but I thought that was. And then also Sherri Shaw, who had written music for Impact Wrestling during the time period that Corgan was president, would also be on board with Corgan. So, which is interesting. But have you read that there may be a snag? Maybe a little bit of sneaky. Because
the Impact president ain't like throwing out contract information anymore.
He probably should not do that. No, here's the snag on the Billy Corgan deal, and this is what I read, and I see it's not on there, but what I was reading about was that there's a possibility that it could take a little bit longer to get done because the trademarks and everything...
That's why it's 3% left.
Right. The trademarks that are for the NWA, you know, after every so often you have to renew those,
yeah, you
right?
better.
Well, Bruce Tharpe, who's the owner right now... recently applied to renew the trademarks. Okay. Well, that takes time. So the application to get that done is not finished yet. So those trademarks are just sitting there and they haven't been renewed. So you can't complete the deal without the trademarks because what's good for if you don't have the trademark on the initials and everything?
That's right, you're right.
So it may take a little bit longer than we thought because they've got to get those legalities in place because Billy Corgan has nothing if he doesn't have the names.
Right. I understand that.
Which somebody else made a good point. Why not just you have enough money, you just bought another company. Why just not make your own? Just start from the bottom and work your way back up. I mean, because really, you're getting the NWA name, but you're not really getting anything. Because they've gone so downhill, which I know they have. Well, they have an NWA on demand, kind of like the $9.99 thing with WWE, but of course, not nearly as many people are going to be involved with that. But no, I mean, if just start your own promotion again. He used to have his own promotion back in the day. I can't remember the name of it. But
see, that's why he didn't stay. Maybe that's why he didn't start his own. He's going to take one that has at least name recognition.
And it may be what it is.
Instead of trying to, because I've been there, done that, and you see where I'm at now. I was working for Impact, and they gave me the old boot and got in that big mess. So.
Right.
Well, I thought Billy does good, and I think he will gain some people who don't like WWE, don't want the WWE 300-day schedule, and has no deals to want to do with Jeff Jarrett or any of them over there. So. Right. Corgan here could pick up some
He could
talent.
benefit from that.
Yeah.
Which, I think what he needs to do, though, is, of course, they license out the NWA name to other promotions.
Right.
But he needs to have, kind of like what NWA used to have, which I think it was mainly just Mid-Atlantic. The main promotion that what do you call it, that Flair was a part of, which was with the Crockett's.
Right.
Corgan needs to have that.
He does.
You got to have one base promotion that...
We're not going to have NWA Southwest Eastern and NWA Boston, Massachusetts, and NWA whatever.
Now, you'll have all those different promotions where your champion can travel around to those, and, you can even show highlights from those shows on your product, like when your champion goes there. But he needs to have one basic, show, that he can say, okay, this is the NWA that I own. And then that allows for you to bring in talent from, let's say, NWA that's in Boston, or NWA that's in Florida, or NWA that's in Washington, D.C., and let's say you're based in Vegas, okay? So you bring some of those here during your tapings, and you can promote those other NWA brands by saying, we've got, John Smith from L.A., stuff like that. And then that way it promotes all the other promotions.
It does.
But you have one company, one main promotion that you work off of, and that's your hub right there. That's what he needs to do.
He does.
Because that's how NWA was successful, was when you thought of NWA, you thought the Crockett's. Because that's where Flair was all the time. That's what you thought of.
You're right.
So that's what he needs. We'll see if
he goes that route. Yeah,
if he goes that route, I think it'll work. But if he doesn't go that route, then it'll just stay the way it is right now, which is just a shell of itself. So,
it's got to be. I think more of this has to be being butthurt over with Impact. And
of course, I think he's trying to prove a point.
And I think they may be on his list of. I know I can't take out the WWE.
Right.
But I can probably accuse him hurting on Impact.
Right. I mean, he's gonna. That's the other reason why I said he needs to have a home promotion, because that's gonna be. You need to film those shows and you need to shop that around. Can you get that on TV? Can you get that on Netflix? Can you get that on Hulu? Can you get that on any kind of streaming service, not just NWA On Demand? Because you need to put that on a global scale. Can you get that on TV or on a global streaming service? That is the tall tale sign if he'll be successful.
Yeah.
If it's just, I have a promotion or I have the NWA and there's no television product, then you have nothing. You have to have TV product in order to be successful. If you have...
that would really, if he wanted to get a TV deal, that would be kind of a slap in the face of Jarrett, who run global force around and could never get nothing.
Exactly.
And had to go back to Impact.
I think this is a lot of, hey, you know what? You didn't think I could be your president of your company. You didn't think I could be successful. Let me show you what I can do, and I'm going to lap you then. I want to see it happen. I want to see that's competition. I like that.
We may have another war, but it'll be between NWA and Impact.
It'll be number 2 and number 3. Yeah. And Ring of Honor will just be over here like, hey, we're good.
We're going to be on the network for WWE. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
We're going to be the farming unit for NXT.
Smart business plan, really.
Hey, they're going to send us money. So
nothing wrong with that.
Let's go over to the network as we talk about Backlash results.
I like that.
And what coming up tonight, Extreme Rules predictions.
Of course, by the time you watch this, it'll be over with. But we'll be on predictions beforehand.
Yes.
Because we don't cheat like that.
No, never.
But yes, on your pre-show match, you had Tye Dillinger defeated Aiden English.
Okay, that's done run its course. I think they need to separate a little bit something else. But
8 minutes and 20 seconds.
I don't think Aiden has anything. He's more of a tag team guy. Singles.
He is, and he has no tag team partner because the guy got fired.
And I can see him when they do some more cuts. I can see Aiden saying, "See ya." Yeah.
Maybe he'll go hang out with Billy Corgan.
Yeah. But Tye Dillinger, he's just hanging around in mid-card land right now.
I hope they know. I mean, they need to capitalize on the 10 thing. But anytime that somebody has a sign in the audience, they don't know how to capitalize.
But there's nothing.
Like Cesaro.
See, Tye Dillinger, people like Tye Dillinger, and a few other ones, perfect opportunity TV television championship.
Exactly.
Because I don't see him taking the United States title right now, not even this year or next year.
Right. But he needs some feuds, and honestly, we looked at the roster. There's not a lot of that low card.
We went to the roster, and who we went with? Aiden English.
And that was the only person available.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody at the same level right now for him to fight that it wouldn't ruin their credibility at this point.
No, but something that would be a good feud is coming up next. The second match was Nakamura defeating Dolph Ziggler. Now Ziggler should be through with Nakamura. Ziggler, Dillinger.
That would be
a good feud.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and that would help Ziggler could help Dillinger to move up to that next level.
But Shinsuke defeated Dolph in 15 minutes and 50 seconds.
Which felt like a longer match.
It
did feel longer. But I was shocked that they started it out because I was like, as much as they're pushing Nakamura for the backlash cover and everything, I thought, okay, well, this is going to main event the whole thing.
He was just a poster child.
He was just a poster child. And then the second match of the pay-per-view, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, defeated Breezango, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship, 9 minutes, 15 seconds. Very entertaining. It took Breezango to another level.
Yeah, and I think they're, in my mind, I think they're becoming the new Edge and Christian.
Yes, the only thing I don't like is, and you can see it already by watching SmackDown, is that the Usos basically said, well, American Alpha, who cares about them? Oh, Breezango, who cares about them? And now New Day, and New Day's going to come in with one chance and beat them.
They are.
And it just makes the other two teams look really bad.
They are, you're right.
And I don't like that.
No, I don't like that either.
Oh, they could be on the sidelines and sit around and wait for Kofi to heal up while they get on vacation and then come back and win. Yes. Breezango, you could hear the crowd. They wanted them to win. And then on SmackDown,
so much, I know.
Then on SmackDown, they had those two singles matches that turned into a tag title match. The crowd wanted it in, too.
And I thought that was going to be it.
Tyler Breeze, at the pay-per-view, he dressed up as a woman, right? How freaking hilarious. An old woman. It was great. People loved it. He kept moving out of the way, and he kept beating up the Usos without really even doing anything. It was entertaining. It was fun.
But the fashion files where Fandango is dressed up as a
private investigator.
Yeah. When they did the silhouette of the woman,
you could tell it was
an
actual
Lana or somebody like that.
I was like, that's an actual woman. I was like, there's no way that was Tyler Breeze because it was actually.
But the cologne thing was funny.
It's like, here's our next investigation. They got to figure out whose cologne it was or something. I was like, that's
weird.
One
of the colognes, so.
See, I didn't catch that.
Colognes, and they fought the colognes and beat them. So too bad if the colognes are not going downhill again.
Yeah, and see, I thought, okay, well, now that they're not the Shining Stars anymore, thank goodness.
I know.
We'll get a little push going. Maybe they'll push them again with a New Day because, they'll need a heel tag team.
The landed opportunity works sometimes for some people.
Some people.
The next one was Sami Zayn defeating Baron Corbin in 14 minutes and 31 seconds. A shock and very good time on that match.
It was a good amount of time, but I thought Baron Corbin was going to win, and of course everybody said, D-push-o-matic, because then he lost in record time against Sami Zayn.
So I guess Sami Zayn is burying him?
Right? Because they're saying that, somebody actually did an article that Baron Corbin, that happened to him because they said Baron Corbin was going to, they talked about him winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. Mm-hmm. And because he attacked that referee on the Talking Smack is the reason why he's no longer getting a push. It was planned!
It was planned!
You could tell. You could tell the camera went. If it wasn't planned, they wouldn't have shown it on the camera. And they showed his reaction like, oh crap, I know I did something wrong. They gave him a week-long suspension, people. Calm the freak down. This dude wrote the article like it's for real, and that's why he's not winning his matches.
Well, I think the way they're playing a little Twitter between Shane McMahon and who's Zack Ryder's former partner?
Kurt Hawkins.
No,
Mojo Rawley.
Mojo. He keeps waiting, waiting opportunities. I think Mojo's fixed to turn heel.
Well, he's got nothing. He's not on TV at all.
That's right. And he keeps saying, "I'm on the sideline waiting for my opportunity."
Well, and see the thing with Baron
and I
Corbin.
think it'll be okay because
thing with Baron Corbin, though, if you pay attention, go back in the history, okay, of all these Money in the Bank ladder matches. Almost all of them, the person who won was losing all the way up until then. Jack Swagger, who thought that was going to happen?
Right.
He was losing a bunch before that match. Okay, Dolph Ziggler was on a losing streak before he won his. Okay, there's been multiple ones that were like that. So who's to say Baron Corbin's not taking all these losses and then he wins the Money in the Bank? Because the reason they do that is for the shock value. He's been losing for the past 6 weeks, and all of a sudden he wins. He wins the Money in the Bank. Because he comes back from behind and he looks like, oh, that's a shock thing. Yeah. People, it's not for real.
Yeah. Calm down.
Relax.
Go ahead.
Where are we at, man?
You're number 5.
The welcoming committee. Natalya, Carmella, Tamina, with your boy, James Ellsworth. Defeated, I gotta tell you something about that one. I gotta tell you something about that one. Defeated Charlotte Flair, Naomi, and Becky Lynch by submission. Was Becky got tapped out, right, by Natalya? Wasn't it? Yeah. In a 6-woman tag match. Here's the funny thing. Get this. Hilarious. Now they're talking about the Money in the Bank ladder match for the women. Somebody actually put this out here. If it happens, it'll be hilarious. They're saying, what if James Ellsworth gets the briefcase?
That'd be funny.
Hilarious. Like Santino and Santina.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be shocked by that.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked by it either.
Because if you watch Talking Smack, Shane McMahon made him leave the room. We're talking about history right now. History!
He did. He made him leave as he walked off camera.
So that may be something. Oh, I'll show you history. And he wins the ladder match.
Yeah, that'd be different.
It would be.
Kind of ruin it, but...
It would ruin it, but it would still be funny, though.
Up next, we have the United States Championship match. Oh, I should say the United States of America Championship match. The face of America, Kevin Owens, defeated AJ Styles by countout in the longest match of the match. The longest match of the night.
Match of the match.
21-10.
This match, who nobody really remembered it was happening, Luke Harper defeated Erick Rowan in 9 minutes even. Boom. 9 minutes.
9 minutes.
It was kind of rough.
It was. I mean, I like Erick with the pictures showing a woman. They're saying, could be Sister Abigail. No. She's dead, so has to be somebody else.
She's dead.
Has to be his sister.
I don't understand that whole. I mean, who are they pushing here? Because I thought they were pushing Erick Rowan. They're not really doing much with Luke Harper, but yet he won. It's very confusing.
They were the next champion. No.
Should have been a triple threat WrestleMania. I'm still gonna hold on to that.
I'm
still on that. And then finally in our main event, the shower of the night. Who was calling that the whole time? I think we both were. WWE Championship match, 15 minutes 45 seconds. Jinder Mahal with the Singh brothers, because I ain't saying the first 2 names, because that's weird looking, defeated Randy Orton to win his very first ever singles championship in the WWE, as he won the WWE Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody was freaked out.
They're still freaked out.
They go, oh, can't believe it. Oh, I'm going to test him for steroids. But yet he said he's been regularly tested since he got back, since he's been getting bigger, and yet he passes every time.
There you go.
I'm sorry, if Roman Reigns is going to get busted for something, they'll bust him. Yeah, they're not going to hide it from him.
They're not going to hide Jinder Mahal from us.
Like, you can't have Jinder Mahal, but you could suspend Roman Reigns.
It's not John Cena, for God's sake.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're like... Please.
Yes, I don't. I mean, yeah, he's got back acne, which is one of the signs you would think that it is what that is.
Yes.
But at the same time, think about it. If Roman Reigns got popped for something, don't you think they're going to pop him? Mm-hmm. If they ain't afraid to suspend their boy, the big dog.
The big dog. And speaking of the big dog, let's talk about tonight's matches.
Yes,
7
absolutely.
matches.
7 matches, 6 on the pay-per-view. Your kickoff, Kalisto, Apollo Crews. Probably Kalisto, because Apollo Crews keeps losing, and Titus O'Neil won his last match.
Yeah, tight, yeah.
So Titus O'Neil has kind of blamed Apollo for being the loser of the Titus brand, which is probably going to make it where it's Apollo versus Titus.
I wish it wasn't. I wish Apollo would just get a mean streak with smiles.
You know? Right. They don't know how to use it.
They don't.
They really don't.
We have a mixed tag match as it's Mark.
Mark.
I saw Mark.
Who's Mark?
Rich Swann and Sasha Banks, your girl.
That's right.
Taking on Noam Dar and Alicia Fox. It's going to be Rich Swann and Sasha Banks.
Yeah, somebody else predicted a Noam Dar and Alicia Fox. I think it'll be Rich Swann
It'll be
and
different,
Sasha Banks.
but yeah, I think it's going to be, yeah.
Yes, and hopefully they'll be done with this because they did Monday night, Rich Swann versus Noam Dar.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday night, Rich Swann, Noam Dar.
Mm-hmm.
Quit doing that.
Yeah.
50-50 booking, people.
Time to go somewhere else.
But 2 cruiserweight matches in a row, technically, here.
Yeah, which hopefully they'll break it up. But
of course, yeah, they will.
At the WWE Cruiserweight Championship, Neville, the king of the cruiserweights, take on Austin Aries, a double.
I think in
a submission match.
I think it'll be finally his time. I think Aries will finally get it.
Yes.
So
I think he will too.
I mean, Neville, I think, is the longest reigning cruiserweight champion they've had in this new era.
I think it is.
I mean, I really thought, because, they were doing the whole hot potato booking with the belt for a little while. Once Neville got it, he flew with it, and they ain't get it back off of him yet. Then you got the Raw Tag Team Championships, the Hardys versus Cesaro and Sheamus, a steel cage match. I've seen prediction where Cesaro and Sheamus is going to win.
I have too, but I think the Hardys keep it.
I wonder who's going to stop the Hardys.
The Revival.
You think they're waiting on that? Awesome, I like it. Then you got the Raw Women's Championship with Alexa Bliss versus Bayley and a kendo stick on a pole match. Somebody said a what on a pole?
They said, what is is Vince Russo working for WWE?
Right.
I believe our girl Alexa Bliss.
And this feud needs to be over with because after that, this is your life horrible segment. They need to be done with each other.
They do.
That segment, I saw the little bit they put on WWE on their YouTube, which was only 2 minutes of the fight. They didn't show any of this is your life. I went back and found the full segment. That was horrid. I mean, Alexa Bliss and Bayley did what they could with it, but whoever wrote that
should be fired.
Yes, because that was horrid.
But they'll blame Alexa Bliss for it. So, with the Intercontinental Championship match is Dean Ambrose versus The Miz. If Ambrose is disqualified, he will lose the Intercontinental Championship.
Now tell me how much sense that makes in a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules.
I know.
It's called Extreme Rules, so there should be no disqualifications in any of the matches.
You're right.
And then, so I think The Miz will win, because if they're going to make a big deal about that, I think he'll get disqualified. Because of Eliza Sampson.
Thank you. That's the thing that I was thinking too.
Because Miz has planted that seed.
Miz attacked Eliza,
so Eliza Sampson's going to attack
got the win
Miz.
over Dean, and there you go. You have Dean and Eliza fighting for a little while, and Miz can fight somebody else.
Yeah.
For the Intercontinental title. Who hasn't had the Intercontinental title? There's a few people on Raw who could get it.
Right.
Miz.
So Eliza Sampson's going to cost Dean Ambrose the belt. And then finally, our main event in Extreme Rules Fatal 5-Way Universal title, number one contendership. That's a long
That is a long thing. They get to face Brock Lesnar at that great pay-per-view, Great Balls of Fire.
Great Ball of Fire! Which better be the theme song for it. Anyway, they probably can't get the money for it, though.
No,
Roman Reigns taking on Seth Rollins. So the big dog versus the architect versus the demon king versus the eater of worlds versus the fat guy. Because they got nothing. They got, I guess, a Samoan submission machine.
Yeah, that's it.
But here we go, guys. Here's what's going to be. It's either going to come down to Roman Reigns or Finn Balor, buddy.
I think Samoa Joe.
I say if you want a sleeper, you get Samoa Joe.
Since everybody keeps talking one-off, it's just a one-off here. I think it's Joe.
What do you mean by one-off? Like it'll be a one and done, like whoever fights him will lose and they'll be done with it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're feeding the big guy to the big guy.
So yeah, I mean,
because
Joe,
everybody else has a push except for Joe right now.
And Joe's submission. I mean, it could be a good build.
It could be a good build with him being, but. Where do you see now? Another thing, I know we've got to wrap up real quick.
Yeah,
but we're way over. But another thing that would be interesting is somebody said, "What if? What if?"
I was what ifs.
What if? Because Paul Heyman specifically pointed out Finn Balor.
He did.
He said, "You're different than all the rest of them."
Mm-hmm.
That's your next Heyman guy right there. That boy turning heel. I see it right now. What if Finn Balor wins? Goes to the Great Balls of the Fire, takes on the Beast Incarnate, and we have another scenario like Big Show versus Brock Lesnar back in the day.
You go with that, huh?
Where Paul Heyman pulls the referee out of the ring, and Brock's like, "What are you doing?"
So you're going with that. He's going out with the old, in with the new.
In with the new, exactly. You got the Demon King, who is the new Universal Champion for the first ever two-time. Universal Champion is
uh,
Finn Balor, even though he never really defended it the first time.
That's right, and Kevin Owens will never end up being the longest because Brock will have it.
Right. So if he beats Brock Lesnar, then Brock can go away again, come back as this huge face, and they can have another match when he comes back at whatever, SummerSlam, whatever it is. I don't know when SummerSlam is.
What they're planning on for SummerSlam, which...
Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
No, that's enough for WrestleMania.
It's horrible.
Braun Strowman and Brock.
Is he coming back?
They're saying he is. So.
But that could make your Balor Club right there happen.
Yeah.
What if you had Paul Heyman as the manager?
The manager.
And you had Finn Balor.
Get Paul on TV more.
Yes. And you had Finn Balor. And Gallows and Anders.
That'd work.
By gosh. With Heyman in charge of
They keep talking
they'll go to the top.
They keep hinting about changes coming after this from this pay-per-view. So.
Really?
Yes.
Like in the booking ways they're doing things?
They need to.
Because I'm sorry, SmackDown is far on above.
Yeah,
more creative.
They're not beating them in ratings?
No.
You got 3 hours versus 2.
So you're averaging 3 hours, whereas they're averaging together 2 hour time.
Yeah.
They're never going to beat them.
No. I mean, they beat them one time.
One time, but you're never going to beat them every week because of the 3 hour average. But if they change some things up, I like that. Which when we get off camera, I'm going to talk to you about this.
Okay. But
the Enzo and Cass and Corey Graves and Kurt Angle and Revival and everybody's being blended together, and we see the Revival behind the scenes, back behind the interview. It's that I like. I like that kind of stuff. It's like a whodunit. It's like the game Clue.
Which is good.
So they're doing some different things, but Raw definitely got to step it up. But that's going to be it for part 1.
A very long part 1. We was off last week.
We are, so we had to throw a lot in there. Yeah. But up next to part 2,
here, you know we are.
Pro Wrestling Review of the Monday Night Wars.
March 11th through April 8th of 1996.
That's right, so we'll see you.
And a few clickety-click-click-clicks right at the top row right. I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm just a kata.
We'll see you soon. Rest up.